We had this expression, post-truth, and it become like to describe this modern age, this internet age, that we'd left behind the realm of fixed truths, and now anything goes. People could make up their own truth, i.e. lies could now be told and be passed off as truth. But I didn't believe it, because people want the truth and they will investigate. People want objectivity. People are capable of discerning what's false and what's true. So I thought, no, we're not going into this realm where everything is going to be plastic, where people can make it up and everybody can just fall for it. And yet, we've now entered this realm of total fraudulence. I mean, it all started with the American presidential election. We're being told that it's authentic, that 100% of the people in one area voted for Biden, and the turnout in these areas of low political interest was 90% plus. I mean, the numbers don't add up. We're told, that Joe Biden got 81 million votes. And we're thinking, who is Joe Biden? He's like an empty suit. He's a man from history. He finds it difficult to frame a sentence. He even finds it difficult to read off a teleprompter. He's got no thought process. When he has to engage in open discussion, he quickly loses track. And then he sort of reverts to insults and cliches. He can't put logical arguments together. So how could a man like this become president of America? And then you've got his deputy, the vice president, Kamala Harris, who just falls about laughing all the time, goes into giggling fits, and it's not real. Do you think these people are being selected to rule the greatest nation on earth? I mean, if you ask me, she seems like she's on happy pills. And of course, these are going to pick up the baton from Barack Obama and his wife, Michelle Obama, and their lovely 2 children. Now, how real was that family? How real are they? I mean, how real is this whole agenda? I mean, but Joe Biden now is talking about uniting America. He's talking about an age of tolerance. And you think, it's all spin now. It's all lies. I mean, we had it with New Labour when they come into power. Everything had to be spun. Everything has to be manipulated. What's really going on is that everything we hold valuable, everything we want to be strong, like our borders, like our families, like our money, all these things have got to have reality in order to build a society which is sustainable. All these things are going to be taken away. I mean, literally, the borders are going to melt now. You're going to see multi-million hordes invade America from the third world, mainly from Africa, from South America, and they're going to come and they're going to land on the American welfare system or whatever. And America is already trillions in debt. The monetary system is in danger of just collapsing because money is becoming an illusion. They're just creating money out of nothing. Just more debt and more debt. And you think, where's all this going to end? Can you sustain a lie indefinitely? And the lesson from history is no, you can't. I mean, it's like Icarus, really, isn't it? You fly up to the sun in your wings and you think you can fly, and then your wings melt and you collapse. The illusion is broken. This is what we got in 2007 with the end of the credit bubble. We had the crash, and the crash is around the corner. And when these people who have manipulated the political system to get power, are they capable of dealing with real political problems? I mean, the most amazing thing about Trump was practically he was very successful. He stopped the invasion from the south and the border. He brought manufacturing jobs back to America. He increased the living standards of the ordinary American people. And then came COVID. And we're living in this COVID reality and wondering, is this real? How potent is this bug? Is it just another flu bug? Are people really dead? Can we trust any of the figures? I mean, who's dying? We don't see sick people around us. We hear about all these people dying in hospitals. They're all over 80. Are they simply reclassifying old deaths instead of people dying of flu, pneumonia? Are they now saying it's COVID? Everything is confused. It's like they don't want to speak to us straight anymore. We don't know really who's going to take over America now. Who's pulling the strings in the background? George Soros's money, Mark Zuckerberg's money, Michael Bloomberg's money, Tom Steyer's money, All these people, they financed the overthrow of Trump. And we know that Norm Eisen, who's an expert in something called lawfare, using the courts to undermine politicians, who's an expert in manipulating elections, who was involved in regime change in Eastern Europe. We know that Norm Eisen hatched a plot to bring down Trump. Are these people now in control of America? Or what's their agenda? What happens to us? We're honest people, and we wanted to live in a real democracy where people's voices and opinions count and people's votes count, where there's an essential honesty at the heart of things. If we're just manipulated, if we're just being controlled, if we're being disempowered and losing our democratic rights, what are we now but pawns in their game? There wasn't Bob Dylan who said, "You're only a pawn in their game"? And is that what we want to be? Pawns in somebody else's game? Is that the end of Western civilization? Is that the coup de grace, the knife which chops off our head and renders us brain dead? Are we the people who can be manipulated into our own self-destruction? Or are we going to take a stand? Are we going to say no? We want truth to prevail. We believe in truth. I mean, it was Jesus Christ who said, "The truth will set you free." We're going to hold on to truth. We're going to hold on to reality and say we're going to reassert ourselves. We want traditional society to continue. It was what we enjoyed. The traditional family, traditional nationhood and states, traditional relationships between the sexes. We don't want transgenderism. We don't want the destruction of the family. We don't want a one-world government. We want a representative government which listens to us and gives us value as individuals. We're part of a collective, but we're individuals within that. We're not going to be pawns in somebody else's game. And this is why a rebellion is going to follow what's happened in this presidential election. We will not accept this destruction of democracy.